Jeremy Montanez. I'll explain why he's a in a minute, but let's run through what Jeremy believes. And stay with me, because in this day and age where mainstream media is going out of its way to convince you that they are not the enemy of the people and that they're not fake news, and that you can trust them, Jeremy here is just one small objective example that you can show anybody with two brain cells to rub together that mainstream media is indeed the enemy of the people, they are fake news, and you can never trust them. Oh yeah, one more thing before we get into Jeremy. I'm convinced that one of the reasons they want to censor and outright ban alternative social media channels like Alex Jones, like they terminated my main channel and so many others, is because we're a serious burr under their saddles. Because content like you're about to see here, where we expose their corruption and lies, hinders them from having free reign with their deceptive practices. Remember, they want to deceive you because they want to push their anti-individual liberty agendas as they attempt to push us closer to global governance under a centralized authority. The accumulation of power and money is what this is always about. So let's meet a This is Jeremy Montanez, and this is his YouTube channel where he says, "Hi, I'm Jeremy. I'm here because I like to act. I like to be on camera. I love social issues, movies, and whatnot, and I like to talk about them. So feel free to watch, subscribe, insult, comment, whatever you want." Okay, Jeremy, we'll do that. Keep in mind that he likes to act and be on camera. We'll see that in a bit, but let's see what Jeremy believes about guns, for example. As of the recording of this video, Jeremy has 16 videos on his YouTube channel, but there are 3 that will be of interest to us. Rest in peace, Christina Grimmie, For the People of Orlando, and Combat Weapons Must Be Banned. Here's a quick compilation of his mentality toward guns and people control, also known as gun control. Now this is going to last about 3.5 minutes, but it's important for you to really know who this guy is from his own mouth, because I want to make it clear what he stands for and what, or more specifically, who he stands against. You'll see that it's crystal clear that CNN wants to use this guy to deceive you into believing he's something he's not, and that he believes things that he actually doesn't.
Last night's events as well could have been prevented. And all this has to do with the fact that these people were able to get these killing machines, also known as guns, and use them to take lives. That girl did not need to die, and she wouldn't have had the maniac that killed her got a gun. I hope in the future this country does reform. And to those of you who bitch at me about your rights, well, she had a right to live, and that was taken away because of a gun. I don't care if he was mentally ill, I don't care if he had a knife, I don't care if he had anything else. If he didn't have a gun, the girl would still be alive. All of you gun supporters and people who care more about rights of a gun than a human life can't deny those facts. It makes me disgusted at the majority of this country, but then what can I expect anything less from, a majority of half the population nominating a person like Donald Trump? I don't think this country, sadly, was ever going to change in that way, which is why there's plenty of other countries to be in or move to if you have the opportunity and the luxury to do that. Hopefully one day I will, because I would hate for if I was to have children, I wouldn't want them to grow up here. Let's just say that. I wouldn't feel safe with them growing up here. I am just so appalled and just disgusted by the mentality of a lot of people. I happen to have posted a comment very much lashing out on weapon supporters in general. I mean, at least that's the way it sounded. And I tried to make it clear what I was talking about was
from his own social media presence what Jeremy Montanez believes. And we know that he stood against Trump before the election. So obviously he did not vote for Trump, even though CNN is going to tell you that he did and that everyone else on the panel did. From his own social media post, we can easily see that he's a self-described socialist, that he supports Maxine Waters, that he wants Trump impeached, and that he's an actor who likes to be on camera. We also can see from his own Twitter account that he's locked it down so that people can't see the things that he posted. By the way, while I was producing this video, I sent him a private tweet in the hopes that he'll accept my request to follow him so we can actually see what's on his Twitter feed that he wants to hide. I let him know that he did a great job on CNN. And of course, what I mean by that is that he did a decent job acting like somebody he's not. I'll let you guys know if he gets back to me. On CNN's website describing this video, it says, CNN brought a group of Trump voters together to discuss their views on family separations and the president's perceived views on race. Trump voters, huh? We'll see about that. And now, without further ado, here's CNN's stage act featuring actor Jeremy Montanez playing the part of disgruntled Trump supporter in Trump Voter, the President is a Monster. Listen very carefully as CNN goes out of its way to deceive you once again.
All right, we are more than 18 months into the Trump presidency, so we thought it would be a good time to check in with Trump voters.
The way she emphasizes this makes CNN's lie even worse.
Trump voters.
To see how they're feeling today. I sat down with a panel of people from California, Texas, Ohio, and New York, all of whom voted for Donald Trump.
All of whom voted for Donald Trump.
Guys, it is amazing how many times she says this in this short segment as they try to convince you of this lie. What's that old saying? If you repeat a lie often enough, it becomes politics.
At one time, these folks were all on the same side.
These folks were all on the same side.
Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong.
These folks were all on the same side.
You're wrong.
Excited about this outsider running for president. But as you'll see, times have changed, and today some feel very differently. So here now, our next Pulse of the People.
Guys, even this Pulse of the People nonsense is a lie. This is the Pulse of CNN. These people are feverishly trying to steer the viewer's mind into coming over to their leftist status mentality.
How many of you are still just as excited today as you were on Election Day about President Trump?
Maybe more so.
And how many of you, the rest, would you say that you regret your votes? Raise your hands.
I'm disappointed.
Why are you more excited today than you were?
You know, I came in with some trepidation based on his previous record. He's the most pro-life president we've had, more than Reagan. He's done a substantial job protecting the Second Amendment, securing our border, deporting illegal aliens. He made a list of promises. He's coming through on many of them.
Jeremy, what do you regret about your vote?
There he is, guys. The star of the show. Avowed socialist and anti-Trumper, now playing the part of ex-pro-Trumper Jeremy Montanez. Let's listen to his script.
In my mind, and the way I look at him now, I think he's a monster. I think he's a bigot. I think that he's doing a lot of things to ruin people's lives. I don't think that I think that he's taking this country in the wrong direction, and it's a terrifying time for me.
I could just hear the CNN groupies now. See, even people who were once on board the Trump train have jumped off in time to realize that Trump is the monster we always said he was. He's a bigot, an all-around ruiner of people's lives. Because CNN and hired self-proclaimed actor Jeremy Montanez said so.
Was there a moment that turned you?
It was when I heard about what was going on the southern border.
See, even that's a lie. Because there was never a moment where he turned. He proves from his videos that he was against Trump before the election. This guy never voted for him.